And with Kate. Kate, safer cars are making our roads more dangerous, according to the Telegraph.
There is a suggestion that with the rise of 11% in accidents, particularly in cyclists, that the more advanced our cars become, the parking sensors, etc., the lazier we're becoming as drivers. So this is a warning from the Advanced Motorists Group, Institute of Advanced Motorists, who are suggesting that perhaps the way forward is that we do less dumbing down with the cars, we don't rely on these elements, and we become more aware and spatially aware of our driving.
I don't know if I agree with that, you know. I have a lot of safety features in my car, and Distronic and things, so radars, all that sort of thing. No. But it does make driving safer, as far as I can see.
It does, but we, as a nation, we aren't taught how to drive. We're taught how to pass a test. We are a nation of really awful drivers. We are. No, we are. You go out with that is true.
Have you been to Italy?
Yeah, you go out with a police driver, which I have done on a number of occasions, and you watch them commenting on all of the drivers around them. Very few people are aware, as you said, of what's going on around them. Very few people are looking ahead, a mile ahead. They're looking at a car in front, and so we are bad drivers. There's no doubt about it.
But that's probably just because people fall into bad habits. Maybe we need refresher courses. I don't think we're all bad drivers.
We don't even fall into bad habits because we're not taught how to drive. Classic example, most people think the middle lane of a motorway is called a fast lane. Most people think that it's called a fast lane and you should sit in it at a certain speed. It's not true. It's an overtaking lane.
No, that's not true, actually.
It is.
I remember you mentioned that previous time we were on. The third lane is an overtaking lane. The middle lane is not an overtaking lane.
They're both overtaking lanes. Right, I'm going to get the driving thing.
Do.
It is not a fast lane.
If there is traffic in the left-hand lane, you can stay in the centre lane, but you're not meant to stay in the third lane.
If the left-hand lane is clear, you should move back into the inside lane.
Yes, you should, absolutely.
And most people do not. Because they believe that it is a fast lane.
You're right, but it's not an overtaking lane.
It is an overtaking lane on the motorway.
We shall Google it and discuss it later. They do say the biggest safety feature you can have in a car, I heard this from Clarkson himself, is a 6-inch spike in the centre of the steering wheel.
That's probably a very good point.
Because it means everyone would drive very slowly.
Oh.
Not a good thing to do.
Extreme.
Don't try it at home, but there you go. Architect of a care cap, all this rethink that's going on. John, I mean, it's 35 grand to cover your old age.
Well, it's still a lot of money, but the whole point about this is when you earn money, you pay income tax. If you buy a house, you pay stamp duty, you pay more tax on that. If you manage to save a little bit, you pay tax on income that's already been taxed before. And at the end of it, if you've managed to save a little bit, the government's going to take it all back from you. So what's the point? Why bother saving money and buying yourself a house? Because at the end, you're going to end up with nothing. Now, I accept that there will be people who won't have been able to save, and we do need to look after them. But why do we need to take everything back off somebody who's managed to get a little 3-bedroom semi in Walthamstow and £50,000 in the bank because they've worked hard all their life? If you haven't worked hard, you don't need to worry about it because the state will pay. If you've worked hard, the state's having your money, and there's something wrong with that.
Yeah, that is always the sort of catch-22 with it all. Big society, Kate, in the Mirror.
Do you know, I'm going to go on a John-style rant.
Go on, rant away.
Right.
Don't talk about overtaking lanes.
The story here is about big society, and it talks about there are less charities, they're struggling with cash. We know we're in a downturn, and therefore big society's not working. Putting that to one side, I think this is the real story. I have run a charity organisation for 6 years now, and it is about raising awareness because we have over 160,000 charities in England and Wales alone. And I believe that more charities should merge because there is so much cost spent within charities. I also, as a business owner, co-founded a business that gives 20% back every week. We give a day a week per employee back into the community. That is also big society. I have tried for months now to get in front of people to talk about what this big society is by putting a message out there and saying this is big society. When I then go for sponsorship, when I go have meetings, people think big society, it's something that's there, you know, it's covered. There isn't even any information or support groups there. They need to get people like me in there who are doing this day in, day out, and get some understanding of what big society really truly looks like and how we can actually support people who are doing the work out there. Because there are some amazing volunteers out there, just as we've seen in the Olympics, and they really are advocates of this, and we need to get big society to actually stand for something.
So we've had games makers, we need to have UK makers as well in all of this.
Well.
Yeah, John, Kate, really good to see you both. Thank you
you
very much
Thanks.
indeed. Check on the weather for you right now. Here's Naz.